Hi everybody, I am Dylan. I am the chief scientist at Kidaptive. I have 4 degrees from Stanford, including a PhD in learning sciences and technology design. But Kidaptive is actually the brainchild of my co-founder, PJ Gunsager, whose previous company is a thriving animation studio that does work for Disney and others. Our mission is to help children learn and have fun, and to empower parents in this process. And our problem space is early learning. The first 5 years of a child's life are far and away the most important period for brain development, and parents are hugely engaged. We'll do anything we can to give our kids the right start in life. But as a learning scientist, I've seen a huge gulf between how much researchers know about how children learn and develop, and how little of that information has gotten to parents. And for the most part, we have no idea how our kids are doing. How many of you parents out there, you want to get a sense for your child's development, you have eavesdropped on other kids on the playground? It's the best we have. But with tablets, whose interface little kids get perfectly, we can begin to observe, measure, and support young learners' development precisely and at scale. So we're building Leo's Pad. It's a series of animated, interactive stories for preschoolers. The series comprises 25 episodes, which will unfold over the course of a year, based on a comprehensive early learning curriculum that we've developed, built on the latest research and in collaboration with my professors from Stanford. The episodes feature beautiful animation. I'll get to show you a little bit about it in just a sec. They also have embedded games and puzzles that help us measure the learner's progress in various areas. And these games adapt to optimally challenge each child. So a puzzle might look like this for one learner, and like this for another. We've been fortunate that our first 2 episodes have both been featured by Apple, and Apple has told us that they want to put Leo's Pad on the iPads in the kids sections of Apple stores around the country. We've also gotten glowing reviews from all the top review sites, including Common Sense Media, and 20 to 30% of our users are playing every day. It's been a great launch for Leo's Pad. But Leo's Pad is only part of our story. We don't just want to help children learn and have fun. We want to empower parents in the process. So we're building the most advanced assessment framework and feedback loop ever created. At a glance, you'll be able to see how your learner is doing with respect to 7 key areas that research shows holistically represent a child's brain development. You can also drill down into any one of these areas, like control yourself, to see how your learner is doing with respect to the various components of that area, all the way down to the bottom level dimensions that matter to you. A couple of things to remember about us. Our animation studio is currently working on the next Cars franchise for Disney Pixar, and our creative director has won an Emmy for children's television. So we've got great creative talent. It's led to a warm market embrace, great engagement numbers. Our learning team has 4 PhDs, and our advisory board is anchored by Stanford professors of education. Our curriculum covers everything your child needs to succeed in kindergarten and become a better learner. And our assessment framework is going to help parents all around the world get a better feel for their learner than they've ever had available to them outside of clinical settings, which will give them the information they need to empower their kids to reach new heights. We are Kidaptive, learning to change the world. Thank you.
Did you say 4 PhDs from Stanford?
4 PhDs, only 2 from Stanford.
Are you single?
Are there recommendations based, let's say I have a child and my child leverages somewhere where I don't want my child to be at, are there recommendations to improve my child's learning environment? Or are you just criticizing my child and making me feel bad?
So number 1 is not criticism. Number 2, all of the recommendations are going to be based on what we've been able to observe. So if you just want to see, here's the first episode right here he's playing. All of our recommendations are based on what we've seen in your learner, and I want to point out that our recommendations are not about what they can do in the app. They're about how you can support your learning outside of tablet time. At the kitchen table, in the living room, in the car. A little bit of tablet time is good, but we don't want kids to be like this all day, right? This is a great assessment tool for us. We want to help parents raise kids in the world.
Do you have tools then to keep them off the tablet? Like, you know, hey, you've been on for an hour?
We haven't built it yet, but we have toyed with the idea of Leo, who's a beloved main character, coming in and be like, whoa, we spent a lot of time together today. How about you come back tomorrow? And the parent can configure that comes on after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, so the parent doesn't have to be the bad guy and yank it away from it.
I'm one of those bad parents that just lets my kid play until the that is true. I have an autistic kid, 5 years old. Is there anything for special needs kids here? And can I see his progress compared to other special needs kids?
So we haven't yet implemented anything specifically for children with special needs, but as you might know, parents in the special needs community are really big in the app space, and we've gotten enthusiastic responses from them. In fact, there was an almost spooky story. Our first episode released and it did really well and everybody was excited, and this one son of an app reviewer, and he's on the spectrum, one day became really agitated. He was like, I want the second episode of Leo's Pad! And she was like, I'm really sorry, but it's not out yet. But it turned out it had been released that morning, and he had seen something about it, and he didn't know how to express that to her, but he knew that it was there, and he just needed it. So, and she felt so good when she finally saw the push notification. He was like, you can have it, it's here.
What is your business model? And do you charge for the app, or do you try to
The first episode is free.
Okay.
Subsequent episodes, which we're going to charge for. And that's one revenue stream. That's sort of the bread and butter revenue stream. A larger goal for us is to establish a relationship with parents, because the curriculum is a year long. We want to be with these parents to help them see their learner through a very important year of development. That will include things like offline activities. So for instance, this is a puzzle in which we're building a telescope for Leo's friend Gally, right? Because Galileo, he lives looking at the stars. We could send a crate to the family so that they could build a telescope together, right? They can actually see what happens when you move the lenses closer and farther, etc. So we want to have a transmedia experience, and we're going to try to monetize that.
Very cool.
Other questions?
All right.
We're all done.
All right, big round of applause.